will be sharing how I would personally invest 1,000 Rand if that's all I had to invest. Everybody wants to be a millionaire, but not everybody has money lying around to try out every option. So in this video, I will be sharing the best options you have to invest 1,000 Rand in South Africa right now. I have hidden a secret Easter egg somewhere in this video for you to find. Now, everybody that comments that secret Easter egg with its time will be entered into a draw to win a secret prize that I will be revealing somewhere in this video. P.S. You have to be subscribed to win the prize. Anyways, let's head straight into the video. So, how would I invest 1,000 Rand in South Africa if that's all I have to invest? So basically, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how I would actually invest in it. So I would take 150 Rand and put it into stocks and shares. Now, later on in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what shares are, how you can invest in them, and what my top 5 index funds that I'm investing in is right now. Anyways, after that, I would take 200 Rand and put it into crypto. Now, I made a full video dedicated to crypto, and I spoke about every single aspect of crypto, from what exchange you can use to what my top favorite coins are right now. So if you want, go check out this video. And lastly, I would take the rest of the money, which is about 650 Rand, and invest it solely into books, courses, and mentors. The truth of the matter is that knowledge is important, and that is why most of the money is going towards investing it in myself and learning. Now, because of this importance and due to significantly high demand, we have decided to launch Success Academy. Now, this academy will be launching on the 21st of November. This is basically an online institute where anybody can go and learn and improve so they can increase their earning capacity. Now, to start off, we're going to have a Take a Lot 101 module where we will be covering every single aspect of Take a Lot selling. And on top of that, we will be releasing new modules every single month. After this Take a Lot module, we will be releasing how to import products into South Africa, as well as how to use third-party advertising to boost your Take a Lot or Amazon sales. Speaking of Amazon, in January, we will be releasing an Amazon course walking you through every single step that you need to sell on Amazon. Now, this is going to be available to everybody that is a part of the academy. Now, because of high demand, we will be limiting the space just so that everybody that joins the academy will get the attention that they need. Just to make it even more fun, every single month we will be giving away a PS5, an iPad, an iPhone, gaming PCs, and a whole lot more to every single person that is a part of the academy. Now, on top of this, you will be getting access to all of the modules, mentorship, networking opportunities, as well as email or WhatsApp support. So, what are you waiting for? Let me know if you're interested in joining the academy using the link in the description below. And that walks me into exactly what this Easter egg that is hidden somewhere in the video is for. So, everybody that comments the Easter egg as well as its timestamp will be entered into the draw to win 1-year access to the Success Academy. All the best. Let's go back to shares. So, for those of you that don't know what a share is, it's basically a unit of equity ownership that you can purchase from a company. Now, as that company grows, your share in that company will grow in the same ratio. There are mainly two types of shares, individual shares or index funds. An individual share is when you buy a small part of one specific company. For example, me buying a share of Apple. Whereas index funds or ETFs is when you buy a pool of companies that are put together and you get a percentage of each company as you buy that index fund. The best place to buy shares in South Africa is Easy Equities. It's the easiest, literally. Now, on the app, there's going to be a lot of options that you can choose from, but there's also a demo account. So I would say if you don't know how it works, play around with the demo account. But once you're ready to start investing your real money, I would recommend starting off with index funds, but you do you. I'm going to give you my top 5 index funds. Now, if you want to buy any of these index funds, you can literally do it on Easy Equities. I'll actually link it in the description below. At number 5, we have market indexes. Now, these basically consist of the biggest companies in each country. South Africa has the Satrix Top 40, Europe has the FTSE 100, and America has the S&P 500. So let's just say, for example, you want to invest your full 1,000 Rand into the American S&P 500. You would basically be getting 2% of Apple, 2% of Google, 2% of Microsoft, and so on of the top 500 companies in America. Now, the average annual return of all of these market indexes is 9 to 11%, with average dividends paying out at 2.5%. At number 4, I have the Satrix Property ETF. Now, I think this is a great choice because property is always on the the uptrend. The average annual return of this index fund is 8 to 10% and dividends are around 8%. At number 3, I have the Cautious DivTrax ETF. Now this is basically the biggest companies in South Africa that pay the highest dividends. So the average annual return on this index fund is about 10% and the dividends are around 7%. At number 2, we have the Satrix Fini 15, which is the top 15 financial institutions in South Africa. Like, why not invest your money where you keep your money, right? The average annual return of these index funds are 12 to 15% and the dividends are around 4%. Now for my favorite index fund that I'm investing in right now, and that is the Vanguard S&P 500. Now this is made up of the top 500 biggest tech companies in terms of how much they've grown in the last 10 to 15 years. Now the average annual returns for this index fund is 15 to 20%. That's crazy. Now for the savings account. Now I don't really use savings accounts because I like risky investments when it comes to my money, but for those of you that don't have a high enough risk appetite as I do, I would say a savings account could be a good option for you, especially for a rainy day fund. A savings account is a reliable investment due to its security, accessibility, and low risk. While the returns may not be the greatest, the stability, liquidity, and protection of the initial amount you invest make it a great option for a short-term investment or, as I said, the emergency fund. Now what I've done is compared all of South Africa's biggest banks and looked at the interest rates they give back on their savings accounts. Now we get 3 types of savings accounts: your general savings account, your tax-free savings account, and your notice deposit savings account. So I'll be giving you the best bank for each of these savings accounts. For your standard savings account, we see that African Bank wins with a 7.25% annual return rate. Now for your tax-free investment, which is capped at a 36,000 Rand investment every single year and a lifetime investment of 500,000 Rand, goes to FNB, where their annual return rate is 8.4%. Now for the notice deposit accounts, African Bank takes the win again, giving an 8.95% annual return rate on these accounts. Now just remember that for these accounts, you have to put in a specified amount of time before you can actually get your money once you request it. So this all depends on what account you actually create with them. You get 7-day options, 32-day options, and even 90-day options. The final option that I think is a great investment for South Africans to invest in right now is property. Now you may be asking me, how on earth do I invest in property with just 1,000 Rand? Now let me tell you. On Easy Equities, you can buy something called REITs. Now, REITs is basically shares of companies that own developments, real estate agencies, and a bunch of other developments that basically own property. So you can buy a fractional share of properties using your money when you actually buy these type of REITs. Another option is for you to use Easy Properties, which is the sister company of Easy Equities, to buy this, but essentially it's the same thing. Another great option that I think is a great investment for South Africans is gold and silver coins or precious metals. A 1 ounce silver Kruger Rand costs about 650 to 700 Rand. Now I think that's a great price for such a coin because I think that silver is one of the most undervalued precious metals out there. So I think that this should really be stocked up on. Now gold also comes in a 1 ounce coin, but the price is a lot higher. It bounces around 4,500 Rand. So due to our 1,000 Rand budget, we won't be able to buy this coin. But if we can't afford these gold coins, we can go back to our Easy Equities app and buy an index fund of gold companies. Now these are basically like buying gold coins, but we just don't have access to the actual coins themselves. So the 3 main ETFs on Easy Equities is Absa's New Gold ETF, Invest Gold ETF, and the Kruger Rand Custodial Certificate. All of these gold ETFs average at about a 15% return rate, which is really good compared to everything else we've really seen. Just a disclaimer, the inflation rate sits at about 14%, so anything else that you really keep in that gets an interest rate that's less than 14%, even though you have that money, you're technically losing money every single month. I would like to stress that investing 1,000 Rand one time is not going to make you a millionaire. But if you build this habit and you continuously do this every single month and apply every single method I've mentioned in this video, it's a guarantee that you'll find success. The important thing right now is not to make millions from 1,000 Rand, but to use the 1,000 Rand to build habits that lead you to millions. If you can't handle 1,000 Rand, what makes you think you can handle 1 million Rand? Please subscribe. By the way, click here if you want to check out the crypto video that I mentioned earlier, and click here if you want to know my take on Lotsala journey. Stay blessed.